have just seen Lightyear, Pixar's big return, not just to Toy Story in a very different way, but also the big screen. And I'm allowed to talk about its business and awards prospects, but the review embargo, I can't review it until this coming Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But let's talk about business and awards stuff, because there is a lot to discuss. So when the movie ended, I was thinking about what I was going to say in this capacity, and I was like, Oscar chances? 0. Flat 0. But as I went home after the screening, I was like, that can't be right. I found myself deep in thought about this movie. I mean, it's a Pixar movie. Make you cry? Check. It did make me cry. I couldn't believe it. Several times. Strong message? Check. Check, it turns out to be the case, because I figured it out. It took me like about 20 minutes of deep thought after I saw the movie, but I was like, I think I get it. So it turns out that Lightyear is Participation Trophy the movie, but in a really positive way. In that people have often used the term participation trophy in a negative context, but Pixar highlights that, showing up matters, participating matters. Think of all the people who don't step up. And we're not just talking about showing up literally, but mentally. And that often, this is crucial, with some encouragement and mentorship, that person who shows up, that participation trophy could lead to bigger trophies down the line. If you just show somebody that they're appreciated, welcome in the group, and you encourage them to keep trying. So that's really wonderful. One of the things that helped me understand this message was the end credits, which just went on forever. Like, wow. And I was waiting, as I do for every big movie, to see if there were end credit scenes. And there are two. There's a mid-credit scene and a very end credit scene. Nothing big, but cute little jokes that, are very Pixar-y. They were appreciated. I'm glad I saw them. I mean, in the end credits, they listed each and every member of the orchestra, for example. I've never seen that done before. I was reading all the credits, which is good, right? That's the point. And I was like, wait a minute. Are they listing all the people in the orchestra? And they were like, violin section, percussion section. And I was like, whoa, my mind is blown. And then I was like, are these credits too long? And then I thought about it, and I was like, I think it probably means so much to each and every person up there and their loved ones to see their name in the end credits, up in lights on the big screen. And they are Team Pixar. This movie couldn't have been made without their contribution. These are all the people who make up the team that produced this movie. And that's important. The end credits also ended with a dedication, and it said, to all our families who helped us complete this mission to infinity and beyond. And it made me tear up again. I was like, damn you, Pixar. But it was a really beautiful sentiment, and it highlights that for every hero on the front line, there is a whole team of people behind that person, and they couldn't be the hero that they are without them. We're talking both professionally and also personally, and that's a really wonderful message as well. So if Pixar can manage to get this across in their awards campaign, I think this film could be a strong awards contender. The film also has a very nice message about how to handle mistakes, and if mistakes are worth it depending on what spins out of them. But we'll discuss that in my actual review and my spoiler review for this movie, because that's not really something. I think the awards focus is going to be this thing about participation trophies, which again, I found to be a surprisingly compelling message the way it was presented here. Now, business-wise, while this participation trophy message is going to really move some people, and it might win some people over who might not be inclined to be moved by it, but there are also going to be some people who are really annoyed with it. I mean, as you've seen, we've all seen it, the entertainment fan space has become more and more divisive, often along political lines. And it's unfortunate that that's bled over into the entertainment space, but it has. And there's even a surprise in the film that I think some will consider a personal attack, and some people will use for hate clicks, which is one of the reasons that the entertainment space has become like this. But anyway, Lightyear, and they're going to eat Lightyear up, I'm afraid, which is too bad. Lightyear is like the anti-Top Gun, a total 180 from that movie, and it will be fascinating to see the two films go up against each other, not just at the box office, but in the award space, as Top Gun Maverick is getting a lot of recognition for its strong and inventive craftsmanship. At the beginning of the movie, Pixar tells us that this is the movie that inspired Andy to get a Buzz Lightyear toy, which is a really swell idea. But yet you watch the movie and you're like, I don't know if a child would buy a toy from this movie. It might be a bit too sophisticated for them. Do I think children will enjoy Lightyear? I'm not sure about that. I mean, you know your child best, but I think for small children, probably not. It isn't as bright and colorful as Pixar's other movies, and it doesn't have a cute factor. It doesn't have like a cute little alien that they befriend. You know, it just doesn't have that element. It's more, I would say, Wall-E meets maybe Atlantis. Wall-E, big hit. Atlantis, not so much. And I do think the political angle here is going to, that'll be what the success of this movie hinges on, how people react to that. But it's really an all-ages attempt at Interstellar, from which this movie borrows heavily. So if you think your child would love a kiddie version to some degree of Interstellar, well, then sign them up. But anyway, when it comes to toys, as an adult, I sure wanted to buy a lot of Lightyear merch after watching this movie. There's even a final scene, or one of the final scenes, where it actually looks like a bunch of toys in a toy ship. I was like, that's so cool. I feel like I'm looking at toys that I would like. And I think the cat socks is going to fly off the shelves. At my press screening, someone behind me even said, I need that cat. As he's such a wonderful surprise throughout the film. So great. I hope nobody ruins for you some of Socks' cool elements. Lightyear also creates a science military setting that's family friendly and all-inclusive, not just in terms of diversity of people, but also level of abilities, which is absolutely perfect for the Disney brand, but also their theme parks. Anyone can step up and be a space ranger. That's great, if they pay for the theme park admission. But now there's even a rumor that, speaking of the theme parks, that Space Ranger Spin is going to be reimagined, not just with a tech upgrade to mimic Ant-Man and the Wasp, that attraction, which is similar in Hong Kong. Why don't they just make it Ant-Man and the Wasp? I mean, I used to think because they couldn't put any Marvel stuff in there, but I mean, they just put Guardians of the Galaxy in Epcot, because of the Universal situation, so who knows? But I would like to see Space Ranger Spin reimagined to fit Lightyear, this new movie. And that's also part of this rumor, that it's going to also get a creative overhaul to reflect the latest film. And you'll totally understand once you see Lightyear why that needs to be done, because some of the story changes in Lightyear make the original attraction totally obsolete. You would feel weird going on Space Ranger Spin after watching this movie. I'm excited, and I guess that speaks a little bit to the adultification of children's entertainment and also theme parks. There's been so much discussion these days about Disney adults. It would almost be like they were remaking Space Ranger Spin to appeal more to adults, which is fascinating. Although, as many of you like to bring up the quote from Walt Disney, aim for the adults, because they're the ones who bring the kids. And today, sometimes just themselves. I'm very excited about this new ride, by the way. I'm excited to see what they do with it. But I'm not sure everyone else will be, particularly in the state of Florida and other surrounding southern states, which I think is most of who's going to Disney World right now because of the pandemic. We'll see. I mean, suddenly there's a very good chance many people will say that Lightyear has been politicized, which is very ironic because the whole point of Lightyear is to make it all-inclusive and that, again, anybody can be a space ranger. So I hope nobody hates on this too badly. And then it's funny in contrast because Top Gun, of course, only accepts the best of the best. Yet these two groups, Top Gun and Space Rangers, at the end of the day, according to Pixar, are just as effective. They both get the same end result, which is really interesting. And we'll see if audiences, the box office, and the Oscars agree. And yes, finally, as I said, Pixar is back on the big screen, baby. And this movie definitely deserves to be seen on a big screen, a premium screen, if you can manage it. I saw it on a regular screen, which was a little disappointing, but I still really thought it was good. The music score is a bit underwhelming, which is surprising for a Pixar movie and a movie like this. So it doesn't feel totally immersive as a result, but it's still visually breathtaking. I'm not sure about repeat viewing, although some people revisit Interstellar again and again, and I don't get that, so maybe those same people will revisit Lightyear. But I am eager to see it at least once more, and I have tickets actually already to see it again. Because now that I understand the message better, I'm curious to experience the movie again with that in mind. It really grew on me when I was watching it, I was like, what's happening here? And then after I watched it, I was like, oh, I see. Fascinating. I mean, Pixar, and also, by the way, I think most people want to see Buzz Lightyear at least once because it's Buzz Lightyear. So the movie's got that going for it. So I think that should at least help its box office out of the gate. Again, I'm really nervous about the film being politicized. But Pixar's reputation remains intact. I cried. It made me think. and they once again pushed the edge of the envelope by doing something really sophisticated and totally unexpected. So that's my first thoughts on Lightyear, especially its business and awards prospects. I'm curious to hear your thoughts down below. And be sure to come back for my review, non-spoiler, on Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, share those thoughts down below, subscribe today, and of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.